Good evening. Police have confirmed they're looking for multiple bodies at a former children's home in Jersey. It comes after a specialist sniffer dog brought in to help with the search led officers to the remains of a young child yesterday. Detectives on the Channel Island now say the dog and forensic teams have identified 6 other sites that need more investigation. They had been pursuing allegations of sexual and physical abuse at the home up to 50 years ago. Now it seems it may have turned into a murder inquiry. Rohit Kachru sent us this report from Jersey.
Beyond its imposing facade, police are searching several new parts of the former orphanage. An investigation into claims of sexual abuse has uncovered much more. The remains of a child under several inches of thick concrete. Sniffer dogs have indicated areas which require further investigation. Police believe there could be more secrets here.
That the dog has made further indications inside and outside the premises which are going to require examination in some detail later. But initially he led us to this spot.
These images were filmed 8 years ago inside the Victorian building. Only now is a picture emerging of what life here was really like. Last November, police started an investigation into allegations of child abuse here dating back to the 1960s. They set up a confidential phone line, but the information that emerged was very disturbing. Up to 140 potential witnesses or victims, and as many as 40 potential suspects.
We're talking about offences ranging from assaults right through to rape. So it's difficult to envisage more grave crimes against children than the ones that have been alleged against some of the suspects that we're looking at.
The truth of what's gone on here has been hidden not only by walls and floors, but people, former staff and residents. And so one question now, how in this tiny island community was the information withheld for so long? Rohit Kachru, ITV News, Jersey.
The other main stories tonight, prayers have been said for missing schoolgirl Shannon Matthews as police continue searches around her home. Detectives say they're following up a series of promising leads in their hunt for the 9-year-old who was last seen leaving school in Dewsbury Moor on Tuesday evening. A former anti-sleaze watchdog has called on the Commons Speaker, Michael Martin, to give up his role in charge of the committee reviewing MPs' expenses. It follows a series of revelations about his own financial claims, including tens of thousands of pounds for a house that has no mortgage outstanding. The world's first commercial flight to be powered by biofuel left Heathrow today for Amsterdam. The Virgin flight used a mixture of plant oils in one of its 4 engines. Sir Richard Branson said the flight, which didn't carry any passengers, was an historic step towards reducing carbon emissions and making the air industry greener. But it was dismissed by campaigners as nothing more than a publicity stunt. And residents in Folkestone got a bit of a shock this afternoon when this plane landed in their back garden. The light aircraft got into trouble as it took off from nearby Rochester Airport and hit several trees before finally coming to rest nose down in one of them. Amazingly, the 2 men on board managed to escape serious injury.
They couldn't stop apologising. I said, we're not interested in what you've done, come and let's get you mended, you know.
They were very lucky because they were fir trees, so they were being slowed down each time they hit a tree. They were getting slower and slower. But if there was a big oak tree, I think it would be a different story altogether.
Right, on to sport now, and Wembley hosted a dramatic Carling Cup final today. Tottenham took their fans to hell and back with a roller coaster ride against last year's champions Chelsea that eventually ended in extra time. Andy Ford watched Spurs take home their first silverware in almost a decade.
The first domestic final of the season, a London derby between Chelsea and Tottenham at a packed Wembley. It was Tottenham, desperate for their first silverware in 9 years, who made the brighter start. Dimitar Berbatov's header was one of several early chances for Spurs. But when Tottenham gave away a free kick on the edge of their own penalty area, Didier Drogba did the rest, and Chelsea were ahead. In the second half, Tottenham pushed forward looking for an equaliser. The linesman spotted a handball from Chelsea's Wayne Bridge. Berbatov was coolness personified from the spot, and the scores were level. Tottenham had one chance to win it in normal time, but were denied by the brilliant Czech again. 4 minutes into extra time, a rare mistake from the Chelsea goalkeeper and gave Jonathan Woodgate a chance. Suddenly, Tottenham's cup dream was alive. And then the dream became a reality. Tottenham will hope victory at Wembley heralds a new era for them, as well as a place in Europe next season. Andy Ford, ITV News.
And finally, the stars are due to start arriving any moment for this year's Oscars ceremony in Hollywood. It has been a rainy few days, so organisers have been frantically trying to blow dry a rather soggy red carpet in time for the big party. Our showbiz reporter Lucy Cotter looks at which Brits could be winning what.
Usually it's bathed in sunshine, but tonight Hollywood Boulevard looks set to be shrouded in clouds for the 80th Academy Awards. But come what may, in just a couple of hours' time, arguably the world's most famous carpet will play host to Tinseltown's finest.
It's a nightmare, and it's raining out, so nothing works, everything's got to be double checked, and it's just chaos right now.
And it's not the first obstacle facing the awards this year. The American writers' strike put the ceremony in jeopardy until it was resolved 11 days ago. As a result, the buzz surrounding this year's Oscars is less intense, but the competition certainly isn't. And 21 Brits will be hoping to go home with one of these tonight. Daniel Day-Lewis is considered favourite in the Best Actor category for his portrayal of an oil baron in There Will Be Blood.
I can't keep doing this on my own.
Best Actress could go to veteran Julie Christie for her role as an Alzheimer's sufferer in Away From Her.
That is not your sweater.
And the film Atonement, starring Keira Knightley and James McAvoy, has 7 nominations, including Best Picture. Only heavyweight offerings There Will Be Blood and No Country for Old Men have more. So excitement may be mounting about the annual parade of glitz and glamour, but the overwhelming feeling in Hollywood is relief that the movie industry's biggest and most anticipated party is going ahead at all. Lucy Cotter, ITV News.
Well, let's hope they've got their umbrellas with them. We will, of course, have all the winners from the Oscars, including those British hopefuls, in tomorrow's morning news, which is at 5:30 a.m. For now, though, from all the weekend team and from me, a very good night to you. Good night.
Okay, now let's see if we can make a saving on your car insurance. That's great. If I can just take a CV.
ITV National Weather, sponsored by eShore.
Hello, good evening. Pretty nasty day in store for the north and west tomorrow. Strong winds and heavy rain in places. Particularly poor for western Scotland, where you've had so much rain over the last week. A lot more to come tomorrow, and perhaps severe gales around exposed coasts and hills. For the rest of us, it's a mostly dry story. The cloud and rain arriving later in the day. Overnight tonight, well, it's dry and clear for a while at least. A colder night than we're used to recently. Touch of frost around, maybe the odd icy patch. But temperatures up in the north and west will be rising through the night because the next lot of wind and rain will be coming your way. And it will be a pretty nasty day tomorrow, wet and very windy in places. For the rest of us, a chilly, sunny start. Cloud increasing through the day, but the southeast probably staying dry until the evening. So watch out in the northwest.
ITV National Weather, sponsored by eShore.
For inspirational tiles at incredible prices, trust the specialists. Tops Tiles, tiling the nation.
With unlimited access to 1 million songs from Vodafone, you'll always find the right one. Vodafone. Make the most of now.
That's your home insurance application almost finished.
So that's everything I want covered?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Sorry?
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Well, I mean, how does it work then?
Well, not like that. You want your cash covered at home?
Yes,
well,
please.
It doesn't work like that. What about your credit cards? You want them covered?
Yes, of course.
It doesn't work like that.
So, things that I expect to be covered as standard aren't.
That's exactly how it works.
Thank you.
The door doesn't work like that.
That works like that.
Our home insurance covers more as standard, and you save 20% when you buy buildings and contents together. Nationwide, proud to be different.
There are thousands of bargains in the Boundary Mill store sale. Now on at Gonna Be More Roundabout, A1 at Grantham.
How can food that tastes this delicious help you lose weight? Succulent salmon and broccoli in a rich, creamy sauce with crisp golden potato wedges. Weight Watchers from Heinz.
Yeah, really. Weight Watchers from Heinz. I know.
My bank keeps trying to sell me car insurance. I'm confused.com.
My supermarket says they can get me cheaper car insurance. I'm confused.com.
The world and his missus are trying to sell me car insurance. I'm confused.com.
You don't need to bother working out who's got the best deal for you.
Because confused.com do it for you.
And could save you money.
Confused.com compares loads of prices, so you can tell who could really save you money.
You could save money with confused.com.
Looks like your boys are back, Jean.
Already.
And it looks like they're hungry.
That's a surprise.
Hi, Mum. That basket's way too small.
Buy one, get one free on our back bacon is just one of hundreds of new offers at Summerfield this week. And it's half price on Cathedral City mature cheddar too.
So what's for afters?
How about that?
I don't think so, Mum.
For fresh offers every week, pop into Summerfield.
After Christmas, I always feel a bit sluggish, a bit Activia made a difference. I didn't think it'd work, but it did work. And I felt much better in myself.
Activia, with its unique culture Bifidus actiregularis, tops up the good bacteria in your gut and helps improve slower digestive transit.
The flavours are fantastic. And I've recommended it to friends as well. Everybody's eating it. Try it for 2 weeks and see how you feel afterwards.
Activia, actively good.
Central weather with BMIBaby.com.
Good evening. You might want to pop your seatbelts on for the weather this week. It's going to be all over the place. After the damp weather today, we end up with clear spells overnight, so quite a chilly night, down to -1 degrees Celsius. Good news, no mist or fog, so it does mean tomorrow morning should be a bright start. Plenty of sunny spells around and about to start off the new week. A little bit of cloud starting to push in from the northwest there, which does mean, I'm afraid, by the end of the day we could see some damp weather just moving in down through Staffordshire there. Now, it does look as though it won't move that quickly across the region, so generally dry and cloudy for the rest of us. Temperature's not looking too bad, 9 degrees Celsius. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, eventually drying out and turning quite nice, rather promising midweek. High pressure settling things down. Before Thursday and Friday, a bit of a low pressure system heading toward us directly, and then the fronts from this one to the north of us bringing yet more wet and windy weather. So the outlook not looking too bad to begin with. Some fine sunshine through Tuesday, and particularly on Wednesday could see some clear blue sky. The wind easing back too. Temperature starting to dip, and then, as I say, the end of the week not looking particularly nice at all. Lots of wet and windy weather, 9 degrees Celsius. It'll be time to batten down the hatches. Enjoy your week. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Central weather with BMIBaby.com, the airline with tiny fares.
The brightest stars come out to shine, live at the Oscars on GMTV. Why stay up all night when you can wake up to the hottest stars in Hollywood? We're first and live at the biggest party of them all, the Oscars, tomorrow on GMTV.
Well, now on ITV1, it was a nail-biter at Wembley today with all the action from Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur. Matt Smith's here with the Carling Cup final highlights.